Hey friends, welcome back to Ball Homestead. My name is Beverly and I'm so glad you're here. Today we're going to make up for missing yesterday. So we're going to do two different candy recipes that you can give as gifts, and I promise people will love them. One is pecan pralines. They're so delicious. And the other is fudge. Who doesn't love fudge? So let's get started. This is a very simple recipe. It is not difficult at all, and it doesn't, it takes a little time because you have to cook everything. But we are going to add a cup of evaporated milk. 1 cup. I'm telling you, these things are phenomenal. I was so impressed with them. I found the recipe online. I'm always looking for recipes. And I am going to measure this very well because I want it to be perfect. So there's our cup of evaporated milk. Now we need a cup of brown sugar and a cup of white sugar. All right, use this. Oh, it was a busy little day at work today, which I'm glad because it's kind of been slow with the holidays coming up, and that always makes for a long day. All right. Now we need 8 teaspoons of butter. You want to use real butter. It makes all the difference. Teaspoons is a stick of butter, and that's what we want. I think it's 6 teaspoons. So let me double check my recipe. All right, I went back and checked my recipe and it's 6 tablespoons, but I decided since we're doing this, let's go ahead and double it because it doesn't really make that many, and I want to do some candy boxes of this. So these make amazing gifts. So for our recipe, it is a half of a cup of evaporated milk to a cup of brown sugar and a cup of white sugar and 6 tablespoons of butter and a teaspoon of vanilla, which you don't add it until the end. And then we're going to just cook this down. I got to get the butter in here. Let me cut this up so it don't take forever to melt. We're starting to boil. And this is going to take a little time because we want it to kind of thicken up. Well, where's my little sharp knife? Well, let's turn that down a bit. Okay, let's stir that butter around. We need 2 more teaspoons of butter. So, okay, that is perfect. We're just going to we're going to stir this often. We're just going to kind of watch it and stir it as often as we can because we don't want it to burn. I mean, you don't have to constantly watch it. I'm going to turn the heat back up a little bit since we kind of got it going now. But we want it to boil. We want it to come to a hard boil and thicken up the praline. I'm going to go ahead and get some parchment paper. And I seen on From the Roots Up the other day, the guy, to keep your parchment from rolling up, you just crumble it up. I never knew that, so I was glad to know that. We're just going to lay it out here on the bar and be ready for when we're ready to dip or spoon out our pralines. We're just going to keep stirring this until you can use a candy thermometer. I don't have one. I just have a regular thermometer, and I will check it, but you want to get it to that soft ball point. And I kind of know by the feel of the mixture when we're there, but I do occasionally get my thermometer out and just see if we're about 230 is what you want to be. We're getting really close. So we're going to really stir this. I'll notice whenever it really starts, and it's starting to kind of give you a trace in the pan. We're almost there, guys. And all we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and add our splash of vanilla because we're about done here. And mix that in good. And then we're going to add our pecans to this and drop it on our parchment paper. It's easy peasy. I love making Christmas candy. And we're going to need a cup of pecans per recipe. And I have 3 cups here, so we're going to measure out 2 cups of pecans. Those little boogers are pricey this year. And we're going to mix that around. Now we're going to just take it off the heat, and we're just going to mix it for a bit. We just moved over here to the bar, and I'm just going to start mixing this until I feel like it's ready to start dipping out. It smells amazing. It's just like a little taste of heaven, friends. These are so delicious. We're wanting them to cool off so this will thicken a little bit, and it's super hot right now, so it may take a few minutes, and that's okay. I think that what we're going to do is just let this sit here for a minute and kind of cool, and we're going to get going on our peanut butter fudge. This fudge is so easy and so delicious. It is probably Wayne and I's favorite peanut butter fudge recipe. So let me grab the ingredients we're going to need. I had to go to the store today and pick up some more things because I have made a ton of candy this year, friends, and sold. I mean, an absolute ton. Let me grab a can of sweetened condensed milk in here. I'm going to scoop this over. I'm going to get a can opener. And we're going to open a can of sweetened condensed milk and pour it in our bowl. All right, now we're going to take a scoop of peanut butter, about a half of a cup, and put in there. I had to buy more peanut butter. We ran out. So I need to really place a Sam's Club order, and I'll probably do that later today. Because it's just so much cheaper buying in bulk than buying a regular jar. Alright, we're going to go with that. And now we're going to put a bag of white chocolate chips. And I just bought Toll House. That's what they had at my grocery store, local grocery store. You can buy the cheaper ones, but this is just what they carry at my local Harps. Alright, and we're going to put this in the microwave on 30-second intervals until it's all melted together. For my fudge, I do like to just lightly spray my parchment so it doesn't stick to it. Work on our fudge. We're going to let that sit for a bit. Just mix, mix, mix. And I think I'm going to have to pop it back in for about 30 more seconds to make sure all those chocolate chips are good and melted. Maybe not. I think they might melt on out. Good. Now we're just going to pour this into our parchment lined dish. We're going to let that cool completely. Then we'll cut it into squares. Look at that. So beautiful. Let's give this a little taste test off the spoon here. So easy, so good. Friends, I ended up popping it back on the stove. And you see this, how this is what we want. I just didn't get it quite hot enough that first time, but I did check the temperature and we're at 230 degrees. So now we're going to dip these things out. And I want them to kind of be smaller, but they're so delicious. They smell heavenly. I'm going to have to get out a piece of foil or something. I ain't going to have enough parchment. I ran out. I used my last for this and the fudge. I should have grabbed some at the store, but I did not think about it today. We're just going to let these set and completely cool. Okay, these have set, so we're going to get them boxed up. And I'm going to put wax paper in the bottom of my thing. They're so much bigger than my little cups. I think I'm just going to fold a sheet of wax paper and stick in the bottom of the box, kind of like so. All right, these are still pretty warm, but we're going to go ahead and start layering our box. They're set really nice. And we're going to put about 6 per box because pecans are so expensive. It blows my mind. All right, we're going to have to wait on those. They're not quite ready, but look at that, friends. How pretty. Let's give this one that I broke a taste test. Oh, those are so good. I bet my blood sugar's through the roof today. These are so good. Mmm. Mmm. We have these we're still kind of waiting on to cool, and our fudge. Right, I believe our fudge is set, and we're going to get that cut. What did I do with my box? Oh, there it is. And get it into our boxes. Okay. Just going to cut it in small bite-sized pieces. This fudge is so easy and so delicious, and you can do the same thing with chocolate, and it's good too. But I love the peanut butter like this. It's just amazing. All right, we'll do this other half for another box. And then we'll have 2 wonderful gifts here. Coming soon, this will be one of our videos in the upcoming weekend. We're going to be doing some deer summer sausage.
Jalapeno cheese.
Yeah, jalapeno cheese, deer summer sausage. We're getting that meat laid out tonight, and we'll get it all seasoned up tomorrow. Deer burger thawing out for our mixing tomorrow. Friends, we ended up with 2 boxes of fudge, 2 boxes of pecan pralines. We actually ended up with 3, but Wayne's going to take 1 to work tomorrow. They are delicious. I hope that these recipes help you make some wonderful Christmas gifts this season. Check out From the Roots Up. They're the ones that did this 12 Days of Christmas challenge. They have some cute ideas also. Until next time, friends, goodbye.